Hi guys, are you craving some eggs wrapped in sweet flour dough? It is called egg roll. So let's make some. We'll be needing some eggs just as the name implies. I usually boil my eggs hard boiled and then leave them in cold water. This way the eggs will be easy to peel. Next is to sift the flour. Whether you are cooking or baking, always sift your flour. You will enjoy this. I will leave about a tablespoon or half tablespoon of my flour. You will know what we'll be doing with this later in this video. Just set this aside. It is time to peel the eggs. You don't want your egg to have bruises or cracks, especially if you are selling. Just look at this. It is very smooth. I usually boil it. It should be hard boiled. Then leave them in cold water for some time before peeling. You will get a very smooth result. Next is salt. I added salt to the flour. This is baking powder. I normally sift my baking powder as well. Do you do this? I do this always. Ensure you measure all your ingredients just as stipulated in the recipe. This way you have a perfect result. This is sugar. I will simply stir this immediately I add the sugar. Right now, all the dry ingredients are in this bowl. Stir properly and set aside. Next is egg. I used just an egg. This egg should be slightly beaten before you add them to the dry ingredients. Once added into the dry ingredients, make sure you stir properly so that everything will be well combined. The next ingredient is margarine. I used margarine. You can also use butter. This margarine will be rubbed into the dry ingredients. Rub until everything is well combined, just like breadcrumbs. This is 2 tablespoons of milk. I added water to this. Mix this properly before adding them to the other ingredients. You can also use liquid milk. Once milk is added to this, make sure you rub in properly. Rub until everything is well combined. This way, you will get a smooth dough. Once you get a smooth dough, transfer to a work surface and knead. If you got this recipe correctly, you don't need to sprinkle flour on your work surface. I always say this whenever I'm working with flour. Once you get my recipe correctly, you don't need to sprinkle flour because the dough will be easy to work with. Once you get to this stage, divide your dough into 5 portions. That is if you are using exact recipe just like me. I divided it into 5 portions and then use a rolling pin to flatten this. If you don't have a rolling pin, you can improvise just like what I'm doing right now. The thickness of your egg roll depends on what you want. If you want it to be thick, make sure you roll out a thick dough. If you don't really want it to be thick, just like me, you can make your dough to be light. Look at what I'll be doing now. The egg will be coated with the flour we set aside. Just look at it, guys. Make sure you coat your egg with flour properly. Then put it inside your dough and follow this process. This is very easy. What I'm doing now is to remove the excess. If you think there is excess, simply remove it. And then make sure the remaining is formed into a smooth dough, just like this. Isn't this simple, guys? So, watch out again. I will use my bottle to smoothen this. Then coat the egg with some flour. Make sure it is well covered. Then cover it with the sweet dough. Remember, this is egg wrapped in sweet dough. Then use your hand to roll it. Form a ball. This ball should be smooth. This is very simple, isn't it, guys? The last example before we proceed to fry. I will smoothen this with my bottle. You can use a rolling pin. Once I get the thickness I want, I will simply coat my egg with the flour. Make sure this is well covered. Then place it on the dough and wrap. Okay, if you think there is excess on the dough, simply take it out. I'll be showing you what I did with the excess. If you have extra egg, you can simply coat the egg with the leftover dough. If you don't have extra egg, I will show you what you can do with this. It was yummy. If you'll be making this egg roll for sale, the amount you do sell will determine if your dough will be big or small. Look at that, guys. Next is to fry. Egg roll should be deep fried, so we need vegetable oil. This vegetable oil is a matter of your choice, but make sure you use a good one. This is how I test my oil to know if this oil is ready. You can see it is sizzling. I simply added a little dough and it's sizzled. It means this oil is ready. So I added my egg roll into this oil. Once I add my egg roll, I will start frying on medium heat. Remember this, don't fry on high heat or low heat. When you fry on high heat, the egg roll will be quickly done, but the inside won't be done. Look at this smally, it is now ready. When you fry on low heat, it will soak up oil. So make sure you fry on medium heat. This way, your egg roll will come out perfect. Once one side is done, flip to the other side. Continue this way until all the egg rolls are exhausted and enjoy this yumminess. Do you want to see what I did with those leftovers? Of course, nothing should go to waste. Look at them. I fried them. These are the smally. People are waiting for this to be done so that they can devour it. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in my next one.